In his book, Rule of the Robots: How Artificial Intelligence Will Transform Everything, futurist Martin Ford argues that artificial intelligence, AI, is poised to become a ubiquitous, transformative technology on par with electricity. Just as electrification reshaped the modern world, AI will touch and disrupt virtually every aspect of our economy and society in the coming years and decades. The AI revolution is being powered by dramatic advances in an approach called deep learning, which leverages multi-layered artificial neural networks. Loosely inspired by the brain, these networks can be trained on massive datasets to recognize patterns and solve complex problems. In areas like language translation, medical diagnosis, and game playing, deep learning systems are already demonstrating superhuman capability. As deep learning improves, an ever-expanding universe of real-world applications is emerging. Self-driving cars navigate highways. Voice assistants like Alexa engage in rudimentary conversations. Algorithms write news stories, compose music, and generate astonishingly realistic fake photos and videos. With each passing year, the technology grows more powerful and pervasive. Several key developments are enabling the rise of AI as a systemic technology. 1. Moore's law has delivered the raw computing power needed to run massive deep learning models. Special chips optimized for AI are turbocharging progress. 2. The Internet, smartphones, and a proliferation of sensors are generating the vast pools of data that fuel deep learning. 3. Cloud computing allows individuals and businesses to access state-of-the-art AI tools and infrastructure. 4. Billions of connected devices, the Internet of Things, will provide the conduits for AI to flow into every corner of our lives. Importantly, AI is not a single monolithic invention, but rather an entire ecosystem of interlocking technologies and applications. Thousands of researchers and entrepreneurs across academia and industry are engaged in a global race to push the boundaries of what's possible. The result will be a continuous torrent of diverse innovations. Though the United States remains the overall leader in AI, China is rapidly catching up and may soon pull ahead, especially in real-world applications. Supported by a national strategy and aggressive government policies, Chinese tech giants and startups are leveraging the country's unparalleled data resources to develop cutting-edge AI systems. Of particular focus is facial recognition, which is enabling an Orwellian surveillance state that tracks citizens' every move. Developing countries throughout the world are eagerly purchasing this technology from Chinese firms, threatening privacy on a global scale. The US government has already banned several Chinese AI companies and placed restrictions on others, citing human rights and national security concerns. An escalating AI arms race between the two superpowers seems increasingly likely. The economic impact of artificial intelligence will be profound and far-reaching. Consulting firms project that AI could add $15 to $16 trillion to global GDP by 2030, as the technology boosts productivity, saves labor, and spurs innovation across industries. However, AI will also threaten the jobs and livelihoods of hundreds of millions of workers worldwide. Unlike past technologies which impacted specific sectors like agriculture or manufacturing, AI will simultaneously disrupt virtually every industry, from retail and restaurants to finance, healthcare, and education. Any job that involves predictable, repetitive tasks, routine white-collar knowledge work as well as lower-wage service roles, may be at risk of partial or total automation in the coming years. Warehouses and factories are likely to be the first major battleground. Already AI-enabled robots scurry about Amazon distribution centers, pulling inventory to human pickers who may themselves soon be replaced. Increasingly dexterous industrial robots are mastering tasks like sorting, packing, and assembly. But office towers will provide little refuge. Algorithms are encroaching on cognitively intensive roles like law, journalism, insurance underwriting, and financial analysis. Any structured intellectual task involving data, numbers, or text is vulnerable. As natural language processing improves, millions of call center and customer service jobs could vaporize. While highly educated professionals in creative or relationship-based roles may be safer, they too will feel downward pressure as AI nibbles away the routine parts of their jobs. Some experts believe we are at the beginning of a transition comparable to the mechanization of agriculture, in which tractor power rapidly replaced farm labor. Back then, migrants streamed into cities and factories, but today those sectors are automating too. While the overall job creation engine of the economy will continue to hum, new positions are likely to be concentrated in areas like AI engineering that require specialized skills. It may prove difficult for many dislocated workers to successfully transition. Warning signs are appearing in labor markets and the broader economy. The labor force participation rate for prime-age men has fallen sharply since the 1960s, even as the official unemployment rate hovers near record lows. Wage growth for average workers has badly lagged soaring productivity. Income inequality is at historic levels as the share of GDP going to labor, rather than capital owners, shrinks. Consumer demand, the engine of economic growth, is eroding as job quality deteriorates and workers struggle to make ends meet. Over time, AI will slowly evaporate the broad base of steady middle-class jobs that have long been the economic backbone of advanced economies. As this plays out and exacerbates already toxic levels of inequality, social and political upheaval seems inevitable. Populist anger and anti-immigrant sentiment could escalate as a sense of scarcity takes hold. Sluggish consumer spending could drag growth for years to come, especially if policymakers fail to get ahead of the curve. While artificial intelligence will unquestionably reshape the job market, predictions of a full-blown jobless future are likely overblown. AI will also generate incredible economic value and open up exciting new opportunities. As the technology boosts productivity and makes goods and services more affordable, it could help raise living standards across the board. Artificial intelligence will also be an indispensable tool for solving the many grave challenges ahead, from reversing climate change to managing the next pandemic. The key question is, how will the gains from AI be distributed? Will they accrue primarily to a narrow techno-elite, or can we ensure the benefits are widely shared? Policymakers will need to be proactive about confronting the labour market disruption and spiralling inequality AI is likely to bring about. Traditional solutions like retraining programs and encouraging more young people to pursue college degrees probably won't be sufficient this time around, given the speed, scale, and breadth of the coming impact. More unconventional measures, like some form of universal basic income, UBI, may be required. UBI, an unconditional government payment to every adult each month, would put a floor under workers displaced by automation and ensure consumer spending remains robust. By maintaining incomes as the job market shifts, it could ease the transition and give entrepreneurial individuals capital to start businesses or retrain themselves for in-demand roles. While expensive and politically fraught, UBI may be the single best way to guard the economy against the coming wave of AI-driven change. Even as we embrace AI for its immense potential benefits, we must remain clear-eyed about the risks and challenges it will inevitably bring. Chief among these are algorithmic bias. Machine learning systems can inherit biases present in their training data and end up discriminating against women and minorities. We'll need robust anti-discrimination regulations and auditing. The rise of deepfakes. AI is enabling stunningly convincing fake photos, audio, and video. As the technology improves, it could be used to blackmail individuals, swing elections, and erode trust in institutions. Authentication systems and digital forensics will be critical. AI-enabled surveillance. As facial recognition and other tracking technologies grow ubiquitous, privacy could become a relic of the past. China offers a chilling preview of an all-knowing AI surveillance state. Democratic countries will need to set boundaries on the use of these systems, especially by law enforcement. Autonomous weapons. AI-powered robots and drones with the ability to independently select and engage targets are poised to transform warfare. An international ban or strict regulations are needed to keep this genie in the bottle. Transparency and control. As AI systems grow more complex, autonomous, and influential, how can we retain meaningful oversight and accountability? Robust governance frameworks must evolve in lockstep with the technology to ensure we remain in the driver's seat. Longer term, the greatest risk may be an artificial superintelligence that escapes our control and pursues goals misaligned with humanity's well-being. While likely many decades away, this scenario represents a unique species-level threat that must be taken seriously by policymakers and researchers alike. Solving this control problem may be the single most consequential challenge we face as we create ever more intelligent machines. When you zoom out, it's clear that artificial intelligence will be one of the most important technologies of the 21st century. Like electricity before it, AI will sweep through business and society, illuminating new possibilities and disrupting the status quo. This transition will be messy, painful, and destabilizing for many, but it will also bring immense benefits to humanity as a whole. How those benefits are ultimately distributed, and whether we can tame AI's darker impulses along the way, will be one of the central challenges of the coming decades. The choices we make will ripple down through the generations. We must begin laying the economic, social, and regulatory groundwork today to ensure an AI-powered future that works for everyone. If we can rise to the challenge, a world of almost unimaginable possibility awaits on the other side. AI could be our greatest tool yet for expanding the frontiers of human knowledge, extending our lifespans, and alleviating suffering on a global scale. But only if we proactively shape the technology to reflect our deepest values. The robots are coming, whether we're ready or not. It's up to us to rule them, rather than the other way around.